You know, when I was a young priest, a few years ago, say about 43, I was working really hard. I was trying my best. You know, we had a retreat house full of teenagers. I was the superior of the house. I was working on another graduate degree. I was the police chaplain. I was the volunteer fireman. I was going. And then I crashed, with like a lot of anxiety and exhaustion. And I went to talk to a priest, a wise old priest. Wasn't that old then, Passionist. And I said, I don't really feel worthy, Father, to be a priest. And he said, well, that's good, kid. Of course, you're not. He said, kid, priests, people don't want their priests to be all pickled up in holy water. Don't try so hard. They want priests who are loving and people who are human. And the only way that's going to happen for you, kid, is if you fall on you know what for a few times and pick yourself back up. Then you'll be a good priest. I thought it was one of the worst times in my life. And yet, as I've grown older and look back on that time and others, I realized that the times I thought were my worst times actually were my most graced, my best times. I love this gospel of weeds and wheat, and of a very wise harvester, God, who says, let the weeds and the wheat grow together. I mean, isn't that true for most of us? I mean, I don't know about you, but I've learned more in my life from my mistakes than I have from my accomplishments. I think I'm more compassionate because of my sins than all the things I think I did right. I have 3 graduate degrees in theology. Aren't you impressed? But I think I know more about God from the confusing times than the times that I was so certain and knew it all and was working miracles on a regular basis. It was all about, me. I think I shared with you not too long ago that I had a sabbatical, and I took a course in comedy writing. I don't know. I figured maybe it would help me with my sermons. And the guy said, don't try to be funny. He says, find your flaw, the one thing that you just can't, that one flaw you have that you just can't seem to get beyond, and write from there. We let them grow together because sometimes we find out in life that what we thought were our weeds, our flaws and the things that we might have been ashamed about, or we didn't quite mess up, we messed up or we failed, have really become the wheat, the most nurturing things. So the admonition of the gospel is good. Don't tear them up too quickly. We people, we can hold a lot of ambiguity in our life. Our heart is big enough to hold opposites. And then we find out maybe that those weeds maybe were really our wheat. And the wheat, not so much. So God bless you, and we continue to pray, as we are graced maybe with this time of unknowing. Who knows what's going to happen? But yet we hold on in trust, letting the weeds and the wheat grow until whatever is the new normal for us. Amen.
Amen.